Hi beauties! On this episode of Beauty Around the World, we will be discussing the beauty habits and lifestyle of women in India. We will be getting into some Indian history and cultural backgrounds as it pertains to beauty and beauty influence. We will also be discussing the overall vibes and social expectations that come with being an Indian woman. We will also discuss fashion trends, skincare, self-care, hair, diet, and exercise habits, tactics, and techniques that are all commonly practiced by women from India. If you would like to support this channel so that I can continue making content like this, don't forget to subscribe, share this video, and let me know what country I should explore next. Here on Beauty and Beyond, we empower women who love beauty to develop a focus-driven, self-sufficient, and confident mindset. Join the Beauty and Beyond Patreon to get early access to videos like these and other exclusive lifestyle and beauty content that is for patrons only. You will also gain access to the Beauty and Beyond Discord with over 400 like-minded women from all over the world here to support you on your beauty journey. With all of that out of the way, let's get right into the video. India is the second largest country in the world in terms of population. The diverse culture, history, and landscapes are the main things people love about this country. India is also known for popularizing Bollywood, Indian food, and cricket. The country is also known for the famous Taj Mahal, tigers, yoga, Ayurveda, and other forms of cultural influence. Beauty standards in India are subjective and vary from culture to culture. Specifically for women, beauty standards have evolved over time and have been influenced by factors such as religion, history, and social class. While some of these standards are universal, others are unique to India. Pravina Rudra for Glamour magazine pointed out that in recent years, Indian beauty standards have had a lot of bad press. In the article titled Indian Beauty Standards That We Should Be Celebrating, she writes that the bad press was indeed for good reason. She goes on to express her personal experience as an Indian woman being exposed to such beauty standards. She says, "The Indian archetype for women can feel overwhelmingly narrow. Or at least they did when I would flick through Indian magazines that we had at home. The women pictured were so fair-skinned that they looked white, wide-eyed, with thick, swollen lips. It felt like the concept of Indian beauty was based around looking like those who had colonized India." Just as a fun fact, dark skin was actually celebrated in ancient Indian lore. In an article by Gaurav Yadav for the New Indian Express, he shares that one of the forms of goddess Durga is Kali, where she is represented as pitch black in complexion. This form is widely worshipped in eastern and southern India. The Mahabharata states that King Shantanu fell for the dark and beautiful daughter of a fisherman, Satyavati. His attraction towards her was so strong that it led to his son, Bhishma, taking a vow to remain unmarried to facilitate their marriage. The heroine of the story was dark in complexion, but was renowned for her beauty, which is described as thus. The fire-born woman was extremely beautiful. Her eyes were black and large as lotus petals. Her complexion was dark, and her locks were blue and curly. Today, most matrimonial ads may ask for a fair complexion, but in the ancient days, the dark Draupadi had not one but 5 husbands. Nevertheless, the concept of having fair skin is one of India's longest-held beauty standards. For a long time, skin color in many ways has been weaponized as a marker of social status. Inferiority intrinsic to darker skin tones and superiority associated with whiteness or lighter skin shades. In an article titled, "A Search for Representation, Is India Finally Embracing Dark-Skinned Beauty?" by Gulbahar Kaur, she references Kankana Sen, Indian actress and filmmaker, stating that the Bollywood star has been featured in some of the most progressive storylines we've seen, but was still hounded for her physical appearance, which showcased a blatant prejudice towards her slightly darker skin tone. On the flip side, she expresses how the recent surge in art and photography pages capturing the beauty of dark-skinned men and women has been a breath of fresh air. We are starting to see a shift in tolerance when it comes to colorism all over the world, but we still have a lot of work to do, especially when it comes to the new generations and the impressions we set for them Here in America, I'm seeing an uprising of dark-skinned Indian beauty representation in the beauty and fashion industries specifically. Interestingly enough, in Friday Things, a media brand for progressive millennials and Gen Zers, writer Stacey Lee Kong published an article titled "The Aesthetic Representation of Indian Culture in Bridgerton is Amazing, but it's not enough," stating that the show's dedication to representation is really only skin deep. Which I get it, because the entire race concept of Bridgerton is built on a fantasy or what ifs. However, Mira Solanki Estrada with Fashion Magazine wrote an article titled "Beauty and Grooming: How I Reclaimed Indian Beauty Rituals for Myself," saying that in all of her 43 years, she has never seen such a display of beautiful, dark-skinned South Asian representation on an American series. She goes on to write, "Strong, smart, confident women with gravitas that also looked like me. So many moments between the sisters resonated, from the tender hair oiling scenes to the poignant bangle scenes." Definitely feel free to start a conversation about this in the comments below if you're a woman from India or of Indian origin. I'd love to know your thoughts. On this channel, I try to represent most phenotypes when it comes to these beauty around the world videos, especially because I believe unique features are the most beautiful. Other than this, other beauty standards in India consist of having long, thick, pitch black hair. It is not uncommon for an Indian woman to dye her hair pitch black because it will never be dark enough for her. Other popular hairstyles include the iconic blonde balayage, which is more common and associated with Indian American women or women from India who live in Western society. Women from India are known for their gorgeous long hair, and obviously, besides genetics, they take care of their hair and maintain their hair length through the use of organic oils, shampoos, and etc. Big eyes are also favored, along with perfect eyebrows, long eyelashes, and clear skin. Pooja Rana wrote an article for Medium titled "Indian Beauty Standards Are Different Than Western Ones," in which she explains that in contrast to Western ideals that often prioritize a flawless complexion, Indian beauty standards embrace natural attributes. Traditional practices like Ayurveda emphasize enhancing natural features, promoting radiant skin and healthy hair through holistic well-being. The acceptance of imperfections as inherent beauty is a notable departure from Western ideals, often driven by airbrushed perfection. I'm going to be referencing the Glamour magazine article by Praveena Rudra a lot for this video because I think she makes some great points about the more progressive way to view women from India's beauty standards today. For instance, she mentions that especially in Bollywood films, the emphasis on curves is refreshing. She says, "Discovering Bollywood films was revolutionary for me because unlike Hollywood starlets, whose bikinis have nothing to cling on to, I could finally see normal-sized women dancing around. What's more, happily exposing their wobbly bellies under their saris." I think this beauty standard is refreshing as well. As with African, Caribbean, and Black culture, to have a curvy figure represents health and status in India. Getting into specifics, we're going to focus on common fitness and health routines for women from India. A FICCI survey indicates that 72% of urban Indians recognize the benefits of regular exercise, boosting enrollment in fitness programs. Popular workouts amongst women in India include yoga, brisk walking, and traditional exercises. For this video, we will focus on yoga. More than 5,000 years ago, yoga started its journey as an ancient Indian science of exercise and healing. Andrea Bobby highlights 5 amazing women from India in yoga, stating that women from India in yoga continue to uphold and propagate its traditional essence with deep insight, humility, dignity, and compassion. Yoga has deep spiritual significance in India and is often seen as a means of achieving self-realization and spiritual enlightenment. The practice of yoga is rooted in ancient Indian spiritual traditions, and it's deeply ingrained in the country's culture and way of life. Yoga is a low-intensity workout that can greatly improve your health and body shape. Yoga isn't just about flexibility. It's an invaluable practice to help you build and tone your muscles. Through a series of asanas or poses that engage different muscle groups, yoga offers a full body workout. According to a 2024 survey, 46% of Indians follow a vegan or vegetarian diet. A 2023 survey found that 59% of Indians are likely to consider a vegan diet, and 74% believe it's good for overall health. Vegetarianism in India is related to ritual purity and other assets of spirituality. Curd can be used in a number of ways to benefit the skin and is commonly used by women from India. Curd is rich in fat content, and when applied to the skin, it acts like a natural hydrator and helps seal the moisture into the layers of your skin. So not only does it help boost your skin's overall glow, but it leaves you with a brighter and more even-toned complexion. Curd, often called dahi, is a staple of Indian cooking. It's made by using an edible acidic product such as vinegar or lemon juice to curdle milk. Curd is used to make several tasty dishes like raitas, kadis, and chats. Plain curd can be a very good hair mask if you're not repelled by the milky smell. It can make your hair super smooth and shiny. Also, for the body, there's also something called uptan, which is basically gram flour, turmeric mixed with a little bit of curd or malai, the fat layer of milk that sits on top. You can kind of just scoop it out. You apply the mixture to your body, let it sit for a little bit before scrubbing it off, and it makes your skin feel so soft. You can also add a little bit of lemon juice or rose water into the mixture. Indian superfoods like turmeric, Amaranth, Amla or Indian gooseberry, coconut oil, beet greens, Jamun, Indian blackberry, and Moringa or Indian drumstick are also commonly used by women from India to achieve luscious hair, radiant skin, and good health overall. Women from India are known for having super dark, super long, and super thick healthy hair. When it comes to hair specifically, oiling once a week with coconut oil, specifically the ones you can get from Indian shops, is a must. Washing your hair twice a week is also essential. Hair masks with herbs and hennas are also a way to keep the hair healthy and voluminous. So along with a protein-rich diet, regular oiling with either coconut or homemade hair oils before shampoo and conditioning is a staple for Indian women. It's important not to overdo hair oiling. Excessive oiling can accumulate dirt on your scalp, and especially for those with dandruff or who are prone to scalp irritation, should probably refrain from doing so. However, traditional Indian homemade oil concoctions are godsend. You can use virgin cold-pressed coconut oil with vitamin E, tea tree oil and rosemary oil, and warm it up for a hot oil treatment. You can also use oils like Amla or Jasmine Oil to make your hair healthy, shiny, and strong. Olive oil is good to use as well. Overall, it's just best to oil your hair in alternate days, an hour or two before shampooing. When it comes to skincare, rose water in India is commonly used as a toner, especially in humid cities like Mumbai. It's praised for its refreshing and soothing properties, particularly for combination skin. Aloe vera gel is used as a moisturizer or cooling gel, especially during the summer by Indian women. Brands like Patanjali are popular in India, but some women prefer using aloe directly from the plant. In addition, the Lotus Herbals 3-in-1 Matte Look SPF 40 sunscreen is a favorite among some Indian women, especially for its affordability and effectiveness in the Indian climate. Sandalwood paste is used for its soothing and anti-inflammatory properties, especially in dealing with skin irritation caused by pollution. In my research, I also found that Plum's green tea, Mattifying Moisturizer, and Buckthorn Oil and Serum are also recommended by Indian women as an effective product for combination and dry skin, respectively. Himalaya Neem face wash is also known for its effectiveness in treating acne and controlling oil, making it a staple for those with oily and acne-prone skin. Turmeric is also such an important part of the Indian women's beauty regime as well. In fact, before weddings, they have an important ceremony where turmeric is put on the bride so that she glows like no other on her wedding day. When it comes to makeup, just like in the rest of the beauty world, universal trends are both adopted by and influence the beauty culture in India. However, there are certain looks that have been stamped by Indian women for centuries, like bold kohl-rimmed eyes. Indian makeup often features this bold eyeliner, especially on the waterline, known as Kajal or Kohl. This is a staple look that accentuates deep-set eyes, commonly seen among Indian women. The heavy use of eyeliner is a significant contrast to the minimalist makeup styles popular in other regions like East Asia. In India, Kohl, also known as Kajal, is a makeup product that's applied to the eyes to protect against the sun's rays and the evil eye. It's also used to repel some diseases and to cleanse and rejuvenate the eyes. In Ayurvedic medicine, Kohl is used to prevent eye infections. Rich, vibrant colors are also a staple in Indian makeup and especially fashion. This style is characterized by bright and vibrant colors. This is reflected not only in makeup choices, but also in clothing and accessories such as the elaborate jewelry and colorful saris that are traditional to Indian culture. I feel like you can't talk about the makeup without getting into the jewelry. It's almost as if the jewelry and the gems are an integral part of the makeup look. Jewelry, especially gold, plays a vital role in completing the Indian makeup look. Brides in particular are adorned with multiple layers of jewelry, including necklaces, bangles, earrings, and sometimes even a nose ring connected to the ear by a thin chain called a nath. There is also the influence of Bollywood in India's makeup culture. Bollywood actresses such as Priyanka Chopra are often mentioned as icons of Indian beauty. Their makeup looks, which often feature shimmery eyeshadows and defined eyes, are widely admired and emulated. Ultimately, makeup holds cultural significance. Makeup in Indian culture is not just about aesthetics, but it's deeply tied to cultural practices and celebrations. For example, bridal makeup is elaborate and includes not just cosmetics, but also traditional adornments. Bridal makeup for Indian women is more than just a fashion statement. It's a symbolic nod to the significance of the occasion, representing the bride's transformation from her everyday life to a more ceremonial and auspicious one. Moving on to henna or mehendi, although not makeup, it's frequently mentioned as a traditional and ornamental body art that is loved by so many people all over the world, symbolizing beauty and cultural heritage. St. Thomas University published an article that explains the meaning of henna in Indian culture as mainly used in celebration of special occasions such as weddings and birthdays, in the joyous gathering of people. The henna paste symbolizes good health and prosperity in marriage, and in some cultures, the darker the henna stain, the deeper the love between two individuals. Henna designs are not tattoos. A tattoo is permanent as ink pierces the skin, while henna is a temporary dye which sits on the skin's surface. Henna is also used to safely dye your hair, nails, and fabrics like silk, wool, and leather. When it comes to fashion and style in India, women from India are known for wearing a beautiful gown called a sari. A sari is a traditional garment for women in South Asia, especially India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. It's made of a lightweight, unstitched piece of fabric that's draped around the body like a robe. One end is attached to the waist, while the other end is worn over one shoulder as a stole. Saris can be 4.5 to 9 yards long and 24 to 47 inches wide. They're often brightly colored and embroidered and can be made from cotton, silk, or synthetic cloth. Another very popular Indian clothing for women is salwar kameez. The salwar, also spelled shalwar kameez, popularly known as the Punjabi suit, is the traditional dress of women in the Punjab region of northwestern India and eastern Pakistan. The outfit comprises a pair of trousers and a tunic that is usually paired with a scarf. Pravina Rudra for Glamour Mag writes, "Draped correctly, the sari flatters everybody's height because of its consistent use of optical illusions. Folds of shimmering sari borders, layers of cotton and silk gliding delicately over your curves, right the way down to your feet, which are the only thing that peep out from underneath." Pooja Rana in the article for Medium emphasizes that attire and adornments play a pivotal role in Indian beauty standards. Traditional clothing, vibrant textiles, and intricate jewelry are integral to the concept of beauty. Pravina Rudra for Glamour magazine writes, "It's considered auspicious to wear the color gold and to wear earrings." Besides beauty standards, traditions, trends, and influence, Indian women are breaking barriers and making significant contributions across various fields. They are challenging societal norms and leading by example in areas such as space exploration, defense, digital payments, agriculture, and so much more. And that is all I have for you today for Beauty Around the World India. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and if you like this kind of content, let me know in the comments which region I should explore next. I'm really thinking of Nigeria. Check out the description below for products mentioned in this video, and for those wondering, I haven't been coming out with any videos just because I'm super focused with school and that is my priority. But I'm gonna try to make some time to surprise y'all with some content here and there while I can. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Check out my other series on the Beauty and Beyond channel. Bye!
Am I married? No, I'm not married. Oh, no, thank you. I'm eating. I don't really want to meet your son right now. Huh? When am I next? Oh, I don't know. When it's meant to be. What else do I say? I'm eating, bro.
Beta, when did you graduate?
Oh, I graduated last year.
Beta, when do you want to get married?
When do I want to get married?
Beta, are you single? Beta, I have two sons.
Two, okay.
One dumbass beta don't have his beard connect.